Уважаемый Михаил Владимирович, уважаемые гости, добро пожаловать.
Dear Mikhail Vladimirovich, dear guests, welcome. I'm glad to see you again in Azerbaijan. I know that yesterday's meeting with your colleague was very productive. He briefed me in the morning on the positive outcomes and our future plans. We have successfully completed the year. Our bilateral interaction is developing as intended. For just over 2 years, we have been collaborating within the framework of allied interaction, and all the tasks set for strengthening cooperation have been successfully accomplished. Regarding the trade and economic sphere, I also consider the results quite satisfactory. With a growth of more than 17%, I think it's a good indicator. We are already approaching the $4.5 billion mark, but naturally, this is not the limit. I am confident that within the framework of the agreements reached during the visit, next year, and by the end of this year, we will see even greater growth in bilateral trade. I'm glad that industrial cooperation projects are being implemented. This is a relatively new area of our cooperation. Russian companies in Azerbaijan are establishing new manufacturing facilities, service centers, and all of this also contributes to more comprehensive cooperation in the industrial sector. In agriculture, I reviewed the materials before your visit. We complement each other. What we need, we acquire from you, and vice versa. We are also pleased that the significant growth in the supply of Azerbaijani agricultural products to the Russian market, as we agreed, continues successfully. And, of course, the transportation and logistics sphere, which you talked about a lot yesterday, and relevant documents were signed. Here, too, we see growth in transit shipments and bilateral cargo transportation. The International North-South Transport Corridor is a project that unites our countries. And as you know, we are actively collaborating on implementing all necessary matters. As we know, infrastructure exists on Azerbaijani and Russian territory. However, it requires modernization to transport volumes of cargo larger than planned. And, of course, the humanitarian sphere. Here, I believe that the relationship between Russia and Azerbaijan can serve as an example of relations between two neighboring friendly states. In 26 Azerbaijani universities, teaching is conducted in Russian, with over 16,000 students, citizens of Azerbaijan, being educated in Russian. 324 secondary schools also provide education in Russian language. We have preserved all the good that has united our peoples for decades. And regardless of the socio-political formation in which we interacted, friendly relations between our peoples have always been the foundation of intergovernmental relations. And today, as intergovernmental relations have reached a qualitatively new level, both in form and content, it is naturally supported by the public of our countries as well. So I am confident that, like last year, we will conclude this year with positive results. Our allied interaction, which is also an important factor for regional stability and security, will strengthen for the benefit of our countries and peoples. Once again, I welcome you, and must now wish you a safe journey as your visit concludes. And, of course, I believe it would be beneficial to have regular meetings at the level of heads of government, following the example of regular meetings between heads of state.
По примеру регулярных встреч глав государств.